Anyway, revision. Anyway, so we are on the mantra 2 again. So we are now understanding that Isha has to put into action. Otherwise, what will happen? The, I mean, the problem will continue. What is the problem? So this particular mantra 2, which we recently had sung, Kurvan Neveha. The purport start with, there is a problem. Everybody is facing, nobody can escape from it. What is that? Janma karma, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. That is the problem. So actually, that is karma bandhan, means you have to take again birth and in different species of life. That is the main problem. And the Vedas confirm that basically finding out happiness in this material world for Jiva, it is natural. Because naturally, Jiva means Satchidananda. And that's why to stop a bondage, he has to bring himself to Nishkama Karma Yoga. Because we have not recorded previously, we are again revising the same thing. So most of you have understood this. So we'll directly go to transmigration of life. Okay. So read the purport. No one wants to die, but everybody wants to drag themselves as long as in this material world. If some people actually want extended sense gratification, in the sense they don't want anything for themselves, but for the community, society, nation. They want to work, but still that brings to karma bandhana. Because previous slides also, because of recording. Yeah, I'll come back also. I'll come back also. Yeah, so we'll come 3 types of karma, then again go back. So the what happens to, that's why ISHOPANISHAD gives the idea that you have to understand, we have to bring ourselves to the higher level of intelligence to know what is to be done to avoid the bondage of life. So karma, which is acting according to the Vedic scripture, that gives punya. Okay, vikarma is action exactly opposite to karma, that is against the prescribed duty mentioned by Veda. That is vikarma, which will give you sinful reactions. That is gliding down again to the different 84 lakh species of life. But akarma is action that frees one from both papa and punya. Because we have put Krishna at the center and you are acting for Krishna's pleasure. So intelligent man actually sees that after I get human body, I should not get another body. So do akarma. And advantage is, even though you cannot complete this, your prayojan, you did not get Krishna Prem in this one lifetime, but surely enough, your human life is guaranteed, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Neha Vikramana Suske, Pratyavayana Vidyate. So these 3 types of karma. Nishkarma we have seen. There is 2 concepts, Sakama karma, Nishkam karma. Sakam means what is for me. Nishkam means I don't want any results. But both are basically bondage, even though this Nishkarma is on the goodness platform, which is important for us to join bhakti. I mean, to come to bhakti level. It's like Sakam means passion and ignorance, and Naishkarma is goodness. And then we'll try to think, oh no, I don't want anything, but actually I want Krishna's pleasure. That is bhakti. I work for Krishna's pleasure. That is God-centered conception. Okay. So we'll go back again. See. So problem is, what is the problem? Why this exists and how it continues? We have seen. Problem is birth, death. Why this exists? Because we want enjoyment. I mean, every living entity wants to live and perpetually drag himself. And that's why it continues. And because he has no God-centeredness, that's why he has to take. But solution is, when we put Krishna in the center, then that is the solution. Benefits of solution we have seen. Even the isms. Now we'll come back to the isms. God-centered conception. That in Naishkarma concept, in the Nishkama Karma Yoga, people have higher goal than their own sense gratification. Altruism, socialism, communism, these are different words where people put others as more priority. So that's why it is called isms, nationalism, humanitarianism, and so on and so forth. But these are certainly very attractive forms of karma bandhan only, karmic bondage only. That's why Ishopanishad said that even if you have goodness and want to do these kind of isms, put Krishna as a center, knowing well that everybody belongs to him. And then when you put Krishna into the center, that means follow Ishavasya principle, then you can become a family man, altruist, socialist, communist, nationalist, and nothing will give you a bondage. That is, and the advantage is you can continue as a human being in next life. Okay. So these are the 4 points we have seen here. Transmigration of life. This is natural. In this world means everybody has to take birth if they have sakama intention. Of course, even incomplete nishkam karma or incomplete bhakti yoga also will give you body, but it is a higher advantage. Karma, karma, vikarma concept we have seen. Naishkarma and God, how to make Naishkarma into God-centered conception. Okay, this is what we have to see. So this is same thing what we have seen. Guarantee of human life. And so you can take, I'll show you this. Can share the PPT with you. Next comes mantra 3, which connects us that consequences of not acting in the Ishavasya concept. So 2 says how we can implement it, but few people will not do that because this is material world. Exactly, opposite people will be there. What are the consequences? That is Asuryanam te loka andhena tamasavrata tamste pretyabhigachanti yeke chatmahano jana Asuryanam te loka andhena tamasavrata tamste pretyabhigachanti yeke chatmahano jana.
Asuryanama te loka
andhena tamasavrata
Namaste preta vichantanti
tamste pretyabhigachanti
yeke
chatma
chatmahano jana.
Eke chatmahano jana. So this verse says that the killer of the soul, whoever he may be, must enter into the planets known as the worlds of the faithless, full of darkness and ignorance. Who is they? Who doesn't follow the Ishavas? What is his goal? What is his destiny? Darkness and ignorance. World full of faithless and darkness and ignorance. Asurya Namade. There doesn't. That means lower planetary systems where there is no sun. In lower planetary system, what is the source of light? Can somebody tell? What is the source of light? The money on the snakes, they're so powerful jewels. That is the light. It is been described in our Bhagavatam. Anyway, so this is the world where always you will find 2 kinds of people. What are they? Godly and demoniac people. And we will discuss today destination of the both. Okay. So, who are godly people? So there must be a definition. Just like we say, who are doctors? So we say doctors, what they do, you know? Who are engineers? So who are godly people? The Prabhupada writes that we'll go forward. they are cognizant of responsibility and work in that spirit. With which spirit? Ishava. Godly people know who they are, what is their connection with Krishna, and what is their responsibility. If there is a family, there are many children, elder son knows if we have a balance, but that is not to squander. It is, and then the word, the small boy says, "Mere ko sab chahiye." He doesn't know, okay, we don't have, So godly people know the father and mother, sort of, who's the owner, how to be happy, work in that spirit. That's why they are called suras. Godly people are called. What is their aim? Lotus feet of the Lord. They want to achieve the destiny, Krishna's lotus feet. And why should we be godly? There should. So that is what is mentioned here. Your question may come to you. Who is the killer of the soul? So killer of the soul is one who doesn't take advantage of this rare human form of life. And what is the rare human form? What makes human life rare is the opportunity. Now this is the verse I mentioned here in this ISHOPANISHAD. They quote Bhagavatam verse that Nrideham Adyam Sulabham Sudurlabham Plabam Sukalpam Guru Karanadharam Mayanukulena Nabhasva Teritum Puman Bhavabdhim Na Tarets Atmaha. So Atmaha word comes. Atmaha means the killer of the soul. So who is Atmaha? So Bhagavatam verse this says that human form of life is like a boat. Human body is a boat. None of the other Sharira, Yoni is called a boat. They will drown. But with the human body, we have, it is a boat. And this material world is ocean. So we have to cross the material world to go to spiritual world. And we have given the boat. But boat has to go ahead, right? So what is the source? What is the facility? Vedic scriptures and acharyas are given. Mayanukulena Nabha. So, have you seen a boat with a triangle, and the cloth is there? You have to use the wind force in the proper direction, it will take you ahead, right? So the breezes are compared to this Vedic scriptures. The knowledge in Vedas, and that knowledge is made by acharyas very palatable to us. Easily palatable to us, because Upanishads and everything is very difficult for a common man to understand. So acharyas have made them very, easy for us to understand. That is a breeze. And Guru Karanadharam, who is a captain, Guru, who knows where to go. So all you need a boat. But if you have a boat and you don't have a captain, then you will just roam here and there. You need the direction. But even the direction is there, you need some facility. So breeze is given by all these teachers. With all these facilities, if you do not try to achieve your goal, that is doing suicide, committing suicide. Atmaha, killer of the soul. Understood the concept? Yes. So here Prabhupada writes that if we become godly, so we even in this life we can have a comfortable life, right? Just like we can, like there are two people. Prabhupada writes, government officer is there and clerk is there. Both are working in government office. They are getting government salary, but the standard of life is different, right? Similarly, Suras and Asuras both are there. We are not calling any clerks. There are different ways, different living entities and human beings. So there is if you become godly, what happens? all godly people get facilities from Krishna. And Asuras, because Asuras do not follow, there is no facility. They have to work hard. That is it. So, God, being godly, we get mercy of Lord, can solve all problems. And the purpose of human life is solved. Not eco problems on tottering platform. In the sense, you solve the problems from this the world, it will not solve your own problem. In the sense, you will not achieve the real goal. So that is to become godly. So the second is demoniac people. Definition. Who are they? They are neglectful of human responsibilities. People who are neglectful, because what is human responsibility? There is no information about them. Few people do not even bother to know their responsibility. So what are they called? Their name is three names: Asuras, Atmaha, and Atma Sambhavita. Meaning is same. I mean, in the perfect way. Why they are called so? See, we have seen Atma means, just now we have seen, despite all facilities of human life, they are killing their own soul. That's why they are Atma. Why? And Asuras we know, because they don't follow the human responsibility. I mean, Atma Sambhavita means they considered great on the strength of deceptive and empowered by a vote of ignorant men. Mean the sense, it is also Bhagavad Gita quoting. The demoniac people, they think they are become great, and their followers make them that, oh, you are great. For example, when Kamsa, he saw that Devki's eighth son will kill him. That was a prophecy. He got morose. What to do? Somehow he is going to, I mean, something will happen. Then all his demoniac sons, I mean, demoniac minister said, you are very powerful people. You can kill Indra also. They pumped him so much, so yes, we will do that. And they made him work more demoniac. They said, we'll do one thing. We will kill all the sons, all the male sons who has born. So that nobody will be there to kill you. So, by the ignorant followers, or by on the strength of their own wealth, they think themselves greater. Atma Sambhavita. Why and why Atma Sambhavita it is said? It is also against Ishavasana. They said, why then God is needed? You worship me. Atma Sambhavita means our Bhagavatam candidate is Vena. Vena is a king. His minister says, king, you are acting like a demon. You will fall into the lower species of life. Why you are not acting godly? You are a king. I mean, all this facility, we should do yagya and all. He said, why you are worshipping my enemy? I am your God. You do yagya for me and all these things. Can you believe it? That is Atma Sambhavita. Defying God's presence. So, what is the characteristics of demonic people? Again, Bhagavatam shows they want to have a dharmic, like भेल is there, पक्का भेल, उसमें क्या किया वो सुबह 6 मार दिया उसको मोर चटपटा बनाने के लिए. Getting me? Their all life is non-Vedic, non-dharmic, और ऊपर से थोड़ा धर्म का थोड़ा नियम मार देना है. तो क्या लगता है लाइफ में थोड़ा है. That's why to show, make a show of religion, demoniac people say, oh, I also follow. I am also Vedic. Like Duryodhan, have you seen Duryodhan? Duryodhan was so hospitable to rishis. Very hospitable. He will give A1 facility to them. Okay. And very humble to serve them. But the intention is to cause harm to Krishna's devotees. He was really very humble to them and very, very much hospitable. Show of religion. and don't even make an attempt towards spirituality. Right in front of these demons, Krishna was there. So they will not. They have not done. Even an attempt. Krishna says, you just take one step, I will arrange all arrangement and bring you to me. But they don't even do that. And they want to be covered by illusion. You know, have you seen so few people? अरे वो मत बोल यार फिर मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा. If they are support drinking or something, some devotee comes, इसको भागा पहले. तो सब खतरा कर देगा कि you know devotee से अरे तू नरक में जाएगा. एक sort of so many. So they want to cover in illusion. Just like have you seen ostrich? When the danger comes, he puts his head into the ground, hole in the ground. He says there is no danger. So most these people know everything, but they don't want to come out of it. And they're materialistic and attached to enjoyment. You see that again Kamsa, he was show of religion. I am so religious that I am doing a job of a charioteer for my sister's marriage. I am king, sort of Yuvraj. But the moment he came to know that my enjoyment is going to get hampered by this lady, who is my sister and her marriage is there now, I don't care, I have to kill her. That is materialistic and so attached to enjoyment. Example is given, modern soul-killing civilization, where no knowledge of supreme proprietor is given. How to live comfortable life in this थोड़ा कम कर सकते हैं इसको if you need थोड़ा ये कर ठीक है. So that is how this characterization is. So destination, there will be naturally there will be no same destination. They will go in different destination. Godly people will be successful. You can't even imagine if you take to spiritual activity and if you stick to it perfectly, the millions and billions of lifetimes karma will be zero. Can you imagine this? We have actually done so much of heaps of activities which are not fruitful yet. If they are fructified, we'll have to take many births in so many different species of life. But if you just accept this life as a sort of sacrifice to Krishna, in the sense not sacrifice, but just this life for Krishna, then he says karmani nirdahati cha kintu bhakti bhaja. If you do bhakti, then karmani nirdahati. Nirdahati means dahati means burn. Nirdahati means कुछ भी छोड़ूंगा नहीं, सब दहती. Except by bhakti, this can happen. I mean, only bhakti can do that. None other activity can do burn your all impious. I mean, all activity, pious and impious both. And even if you are unsuccessful, but because we have so many material desires, we will not be able to. So still, we will remain spiritually advanced and respectable. I mean, there is a way. If you have a short kind of progress and you fall, then still you will get such a birth where there is a facility from the very beginning, and you will again start. But if you are falling short after a long time, if you just limited is, if it's just little bit is remaining, but still if you could not complete, then you will get a very, I mean, such an atmosphere where all is like a impetus only. That is, it is written that you will have a mother, father as devotee only. So all food from the beginning you are eating prasad only. Can you imagine this? You have not done any nonsensical activity from the birth. That is very auspicious. This happens only when you do it in the previous life, in the sense. So if you are if the demoniac people, what is their destination? There is always a threat of unemployment. So Prabhupada write that because of that activity, you see, nowadays, this is all sort of problem of hungry stomach, hellish planets and degraded species. So the point is, even the demons' life, we have seen that they have reached the nectar pot also. But what has happened? There was a threat. They don't have trust in each other. Demigods had trust in each other. They are not fighting with each other. Sharing. But demons don't do that. They said, Natvam iti prabhu. Aham puram. There was a fight between the demons because they snatched the nectar pot from Dhanvantari and they started fighting. That I will drink because I have done a lot of work. That churning. All of them started fighting because of. So there is a problem of hungry stomach. That means I want sense enjoyment and threat that I may not get. And hellish planet is the and degraded species. Of course, Krishna says that I will throw them in the sense to the lower species because of they are causing, demoniac activities, troubling to the devotee. So this is what is the result of being godly and non-godly. Okay. Okay. Now next verse number 4. अनेजद एकम मनसो जवीयो
अनेजदेकं मनसि जवीयो
नैनदेवा आप्नुवन् पूर्वम् अर्षात्
नैनदेव आप्नुवन् पूर्वम्
नैनदेवा आप्नुवन् पूर्वम् अर्षत्
नैनदेव आप्नुवन् पूर्वम् अर्षत्
तद्धावतो अन्यान् अत्येति तिष्ठत् तस्मिन् आपो मातरिश्वा दधाति. So we'll go ahead. So what is it saying? That this, so understand this. The mantra 4 is saying, now we have seen Supreme Controller, if you follow that is Ishavasya, you can be happy, you can live for hundreds of years. No bondage. Few people follow that, few people do not follow that. Yes. Now, connection of this previous verse to this verse is why Atmaha cannot act in the knowledge of Lord. And thus, therefore, the Lord is inconceivable to mundane minds and is known only when he reveals himself. So again, we'll go. Main theme of mantra 4 is Krishna is in abode, yet simultaneously everywhere. This is not realized by speculation, but by his mercy. So Krishna is in Golok Vrindavan eternally. He doesn't leave Vrindavan for 1 second. So that's why Aneja Lekam Manasodeva. Although fixed in his abode, the personality of Godhead is swifter than the mind and can overcome all other running. The powerful demigods cannot approach him. Although in one place, he controls those who supply the air and rain, he surpasses all in excellence. That is, Krishna's position is being shown. Now, who can understand Krishna? Who doesn't understand Krishna? This is what is the verse 4. What is the position of Krishna? What is the potency of Krishna? First is Brahma Samhita says that Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. So he is the supreme controller, supreme personality of Godhead, supreme absolute truth. Everything is related truth. So this position of his, few people can understand, you cannot understand. Second thing is, if he is into Golok Vrindavan, so how the activities are happening in this material world? Through his energies. He has inconceivable potencies. Now, the Supreme Lord is Supreme Lord because of he has inconceivable potency. Now, Prabhupada writes that Mayavadis, they cannot understand this inconceivable potency, and that's why they say that he is Brahman, in the sense he is Nirakar. So there is, we'll see 3 quotations. One is from Brahma Samhita, that the even if non-devotee philosopher travels through the space at a speed of wind or the mind for hundreds of millions of years, he will still find that absolute truth far, far away from him. He cannot understand Krishna by mental speculation. Vishnu Puran says, we are on the page number 29, now 30 in the new book. You have a new book or old book? Old book. Achha, you can first. Yeah. So Vishnu Puran says that his potencies are compared to heat and light that emanate from the fire. So although situated in the one place, Golok Vrindavan, he can act through his potencies in this material. Just like fire can distribute light and heat for some distance. But Krishna's bodily effulgence is pervaded everywhere. That is Brahman. Similarly, that's why Krishna, although fixed in his abode, transcendental abode, can diffuse his different energies everywhere. So these are the proofs. 3 proofs is there, given his absolute person. Brahma Samhita, Vishnu Puran, and third one is Gita. Sorry, somebody said. So to understand this, we will take Krishna's to understand how Krishna makes things happen through his 3 principal energies. What are they? You see, internal potency, marginal potency, and external potency. We have already in NOI we have seen. What is internal potency?
The pleasure potency.
Pleasure potency is represented by, what is the external energy? I mean, Mahamaya, you can call. What is represented by? It is represented by Durga Devi. What is the marginal potency? Jiva. Human. Not human being. All souls. Matsar bhi rahega, he is a Jiva. Why he is marginal potency? Mataji? Why he is called marginal potency? He has a choice. He's always be having, he always be either into the internal, under shelter of internal potency. What is he called? Then, if you take shelter of internal potency, he is called
devotee.
In NOI language, Mahatma. Those who take shelter of external potency, they are called Durata. So don't forget that. Just you have finished NOI. पुढचा पाठ मागे सपाट ऐसा नहीं चाहिए. Everything should be with sync.
But in that the example table is mentioned devotee.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Mahatma is a devotee. So Mahatma, what is why he is called Mahatma? So that is what he has taken shelter of internal potency of love. Mahatma tu mam partha. Daivim prakriti nashkarshi. Because his Ashrita means taken shelter of Daivi prakriti. Because that's why he is Mahatma. Okay. So there are 3 principal energies. Who can't understand Krishna? Mental speculators. Just we have seen. Panthastu koti shatavatsara sampragamyo vayo rathapi manaso munipungavana. Muni Pungavana and Vayor Atha. So Prabhupada writes in a purport that Vayor Atha Pungi Mana. Vayor Atha Mana Pungivana. So Prabhupada also writes, even you can ride on the chariot of mind or air. Still you can Vayor Rathapi. So there is a 2 word. Vayor Athapi, but R you take the Rath bhi ho sakta. Even if we drive on a chariot of mind also, which is faster than wind. Still on Shatavatsara, thousands of years, still you can't reach absolute truth. So that is the So because of mental speculation, mind ratha is not a proper way to reach to Krishna. And using limited capacity and limited potential. That means being part and parcel of Krishna, we have limited understanding of this world and about Krishna. For example, you have a guava or apple is there. Apple में नहीं होता, guava मालूम है ना, Peru. In rainy season, or if it is ripe, so inside you will find what? A worm. So for a worm, being inside the guava, can he understand guava? That guava completely? What to speak of the fruit of guava, the tree of guava, and so many other guava, or so many trees of the garden of guava? Can you understand? So that's why within the one material universe, there are unlimited material universe. In that we are in one planet, in one. That is our understand. That is our real position of a minute living entity. So with that unlimited capacity, limited potency, we cannot understand Vibhu. What is Vibhu? Krishna is a complete whole. We are part and parcel. He is a complete. So we will never be able to understand Vibhu unless he reveals. Just like father has so much property. He has sons. He has a son. How long he can speculate? मेरे पास 100 करोड़ है जो भी. Unless he reveals, कह रहे बेटा 10,000 का 20,000 करोड़ का मेरे पास property. Unless he reveals, he will never understand what is the property, what is the extent of the greatness of his father. Unless he himself reveals, because his paraphernalia may say, अरे नहीं वो है, but he has a hidden तिजोरी, है ना? वो भी फादर रखता है कि ये तो मैं किसको भी नहीं बताऊंगा, सिर्फ मेरे बेटे को बताऊंगा. In emergency. Are you getting me? The normal father will have such kind of thing. Just imagine. So this is the limitation also come. With the limitation, we cannot understand. And if we become ignorant living beings, like conjecture in the sense, Prabhupada writes that being in the sense the both apply to the same concept. One should try to learn the transcendence from the Lord himself. Otherwise, by being a worm, we can't. And by being a part and parcel, we cannot understand the Vibhu. Both are from the same thing. Now, why can't one know him? Why cannot we understand? So Krishna says that even great rishis cannot understand me. Because, so what to speak of an asura? Rishis are those who have taken shelter of Devi Prakriti. They are Mahatmas. Even they do not understand Krishna completely. So what to speak of those who have not taken shelter of internal potential? Are you getting me? And parts cannot appreciate the whole. Whatever they are, unless one reveals. Influence of material nature. The nature will have always an influence that you are the doer. In the sense, हम लोग बोलते हैं ना मैंने वे कमाया है, मैं तो कुछ नहीं था, आज 500 करोड़ का मालिक हूँ, तो भी. So he says, I have done. So material nature will always give the understanding that there is nothing you can become. So you cannot understand something is someone is source of your knowledge. अब थोड़ा ये करा तो थोड़ा ये हो रहा है बड़ा दोस्त. And due to Maya illusion, of course, these are the points what I have drawn through the purpose only, and this is what we have to understand the entire thing. And the Prabhupada writes, so the last portion, every part and parcel of complete whole is endowed with some particular energy to act according to the Lord's will. We have energy, and to make it success, what we have to do? We have to follow the laws of Krishna. That is Vedic literatures. We have to follow. That is Lord's will. when the part and parcel living entity forgets his particular activities under the Lord's will, he is considered to be in Maya, illusion. That is what we are right now doing. Who is Krishna? Why we need Krishna? लोग बोलते हैं वो अपने घर में रहो ना, है कि नहीं? मेरा चल रहा है गाड़ी, उसको पब्लिक का वो, जस्ट लाइक वन बंगाली और what is there कि what is there ये कि एकले ईश्वर कृष्ण आर सब भृत्य. What is saying? Who is Krishna? Only ईश्वर is Krishna. आर सब भक्त, और सारे जो लोग हैं उनके भक्त. एंड जैसे नचाए वैसे तैसे तो नचाए. व्हाट इज दैट? नेक्स्ट ये मतलब सारे नचाए, how he makes everybody dance, everybody has to dance. So people have objection on this. बोले एकले ईश्वर कृष्ण, घर में रहो तुम कृष्ण है, मेरे इसमें मत आओ, मेरे को नचाओ मत. तो प्रॉब्लम ऑफ पीपल इज यू भी ईश्वर. हम लोग बोलते ना अरे कृष्ण 2 मिनट जाके घंटा बजा टंग, लेकिन मेरे डोंट इंटरफियर इन माय लाइफ. ऐसे नाचाए नृत्य, जैसे कहे कृष्ण वैसे नाचाए नृत्य. जैसे कृष्ण पुल्स द स्ट्रिंग वैसे वी हैव टू डांस. People have objection. That's how people do not. That's Maya makes them work that you can create your own world without any supervision. So these are the reasons why we cannot understand him properly. ऐसे नाचाए जैसे ये अभी बंगाली याद नहीं आ रहा. But how and who can know him? The last thing we see that devotees can know him. Bhaktya maam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. So there are two meaning of this. कि भक्त्या माम अभिजानत. तो भक्त्या means through bhakta and through bhakti. By bhakti and through bhakta only you can understand me tattvata. That is bhaktya. And through Lord's mercy. We may practice devotional service thoroughly. Are you getting me? But unless and until Krishna decides, I want to give my mercy to him, we cannot barge into this his world. सर मैं 16 माला क्या एक दिन भी नहीं छोड़ा, किसका अपराध नहीं करता हूँ, रोज प्रसादी खाता हूँ, so and so forth you can say, but that is not eligibility to go back to Godhead. We have to please Krishna. That is, see, mercy comes when you please someone, है ना? You please someone, वो बोलता है अरे आज मेरे से पार्टी, ऐसे थोड़ी बोलता है रास्ते में, ए पार्टी चाहिए चलो मेरे पार्टी, ऐसा थोड़ी बोलेगा. Someone who has pleased him, then he will give party. Are you getting me? So that mercy factor is the main factor to get bliss, in the sense to achieve Krishna Prema, to know him, and carefully playing our part. Simple, Krishna says, you be das, 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 anudas. Whatever is your position, just play it. हम लोग को क्या बोलता है, अभी मैं दास दास दासनुदास हूं ना, अभी 4 साल के बाद मैं दास दासनुदास, दास दास हूं, फिर दास, फिर बॉस, फिर बॉसनुबॉस. अरे we want to upgrade ourselves, our false ego says, and that will not, we will go away from Krishna. In fact, we go more lower. Even new people have come, that is also my boss. Then Krishna notices you. Can you give any example from Bhagavatam or CC who has got mercy of Krishna, even though nobody, but playing the part perfectly, carefully playing the part? Can you give an example? Vidurji was known, but of course Vidurji was also played Brahman. Brahman. Who Brahman? Avdhuta? Who is Brahmana? Avanti Brahmana.
He was not criticized by all the people. They don't really realize.
That's also true, but I want appropriate example, which you also will say that, yeah, this is just playing the part, and that person has got noticed by Krishna and got mercy. Dasanudas. Huh? He is also a single person who was not known. I'm just saying, who is just playing a part of Dasanudas. Bhagavatam or CC, both you can check. Can anybody from here chat me? Brahmana wise Akrura. No. Sword में माता लिख रही, लेकिन
was having skin disease, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
no, he will also not. Just playing the part of Dasanu and Krishna noticed.
Hanumanji.
I mean, he is the direct Das. I'm saying the very not knowing.
From Ramayana. If you see, not Shatrughan.
सब अभी रामायण का सुन के रामायण का दे मैं बोला ना भागवतम और सीसी में का एकदम apt example, perfect apt. You will all will say agree, yes, this Dukhi.
Who's Dukhi?
Dukhi is the maid servant in Srivas Thakur's house. Her job is to bring Ganga water for the use of Srivas Thakur's family. Nobody knew her. But Lord Chaitanya found out that she is serving entire Srivas Thakur's family. From today, you are Dukhi, not Dukhi, you are Sukhi. He doesn't know any scripture, no shloka, nothing, never danced in Mahaprabhu's Srivas Tangan. No, God mercy. Because just carefully playing her part. Getting me? Anyway, very nice try. This is needed. Sorry? I mean, you can find out and tell me. We'll just we'll go ahead, otherwise here only we'll stop. Then we have, using our initiative, in the sense we have to, just like few example has given. Avanti Brahmana, he took initiative that aham tarishyami duranta param, that now I have received this situation that because of my Kanjusgiri, I mean, I was very miserly. Now people are beating me, they are not understanding. I have taken sannyas and so on and so forth. But this situation I will take advantage. Aham tarishyami duranta param. I will cross this material ocean by Smaran Mukundangri. I will remember Krishna's lotus feet. Initiative. Taken initiative. He was not fighting with them with the danda, the Lord Kumar. No. Let me now remember Krishna. Using power to execute Lord's will. Whatever we have, use it for what Krishna wants. Arjuna. He says, I am the best Dhanurdhar. Let me work for Krishna. And most important is submissive attitude. We'll come back. Last paragraph is there. Very important. All power is obtained from the Lord. Everybody, whatever power you have, very nice power to cook for Krishna. I am very best cook. From where it is coming? From Krishna. Therefore, each particular power must be utilized to execute the will of the Lord and not otherwise. Not for our personal fame, name and glory. The Lord can be known by one who has adopted such a submissive service attitude. Again, I repeat, the Lord can be known. Who can know the Lord? By someone who has adopted such a submissive service attitude. That I will use my power only to fulfill the will of the Lord. Okay. And next, perfect knowledge means, what is what is perfect knowledge? If you know, how can I know I have a perfect knowledge? Perfect knowledge means knowing the Lord in all his features. What are the three features of Lord?
Paramatma, Krishna himself, and
Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Three words. Knowing his potencies. What are his potencies?
people.
What are the names?
अंतर
अंतरंगा डर के क्यों बोल रहा है? हाँ, internal, external, and marginal potency. And knowing how these potencies work by his will. So also we can say that three modes are also working under Maya. How they are working. To know this, that is knowing Krishna. Okay, these matters are described in Gita and all. So this is how we know the position of potency of Krishna. Who cannot know Krishna? Who can know him? Sorry, why can't we know him? Who can't know Krishna? Why can't we know him? And how we can know him? Okay, how or who can know him? So these are the four aspects we have seen, right? Okay. Next is fifth mantra, which is connection is it explains fourth explains that Lord cannot be understood by mental speculation. Mantra 5 shows why his potencies are inconceivable for conditioned soul. So why it is difficult? Main thing is Lord has contradictory potencies, thus proving he has inconceivable power. I will say that. Tat ejati tannai
तद्यजति तन्नयजति
तद्दूरे तदंतिके
तद्दूरे तद्वन्तिके
तद्दूरे तदु अंतके
तद्दूरे तद्वन्तिके
तदंतरस्य सर्वस्य
तदनन्तरस्य सर्वस्य
तदु सर्वस्यास्य बाह्यतया
तदु सर्वस्य बाह्यता
तत् ऐजति तन्नैजति
तद्यजति तन्नयजति
तद्दूरे तदु अंतिके
तद्दूरे तद्वन्तिके
तदंतरस्य सर्वस्य
तदनन्तरस्य सर्वस्य
तदु सर्वस्यास्य बाह्यतः.
तदु सर्वस्य बाह्यता.
Yeah, anybody can repeat? Okay, we'll go for it. The Supreme Tad Ajiti Tan Ajiti means the Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. Tad Dure Tad Antike. He is far away, but he is very near as well. Tad Antarasya Sarvasya Tadu Sarvasasya Bhahyata. He is within everything and yet he is outside of everything. Now, have you seen anybody like this? Does who walk, does not walk? So this is what? The apparently appearing contradictory characteristics of the Lord. Now we will see. So what are the contradictions? He walks, he doesn't walk. He is far, he is near also. He is within and he is outside everything. So who cannot understand the contradictions? Krishna says, foolish and atheists cannot understand. Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanu mashrita. Param bhavam ajanant. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. Ko avajananti mam mudha. Mudha means foolish people. Manushim tanu mashrita. They think that Krishna has taken material form. They think the Lord descends in material form. So 9.11 and 7.24. Actually, 7.24 is avyaktam vyaktim apannam. 9.11 is avajananti mamudha and 7.24 is avyaktam vyaktim apannam manyante mam abhuddhaya. Means avyakta means Brahman. Vyakti means Bhagavan. Vyakti means prakat. Avyakta means aprakat, not manifested. And Vyaktam means manifested. So what they are saying, Avyaktam, Vyaktim, Apannam means appeared. So unmanifested has appeared now as a form. That's why he says, Mannante mam abuddhaya. They think that I am impersonal, now have taken material form. That is why they are They have no intelligence. Buddha means no intelligence. Right? And he places Lord on the equal level of ordinary people. This is, he was a, like people say, he was a very good politician. They say, Krishna, I know. He has created that war of battle, Kurukshetra. So they identify himself as a human being, ordinary person. That is the imperfect vision of the people. Okay, I will go ahead. Who can understand the contradiction? So Krishna says, lastly, the imperfect vision we will understand. In our present state of imperfect material existence, we cannot see the Supreme Lord due to imperfect vision. Like we have seen, we have 4 defects. So just like an amoeba, we cannot see by naked eye. We need what? Microscope, isn't it? So with this material body, we cannot see a complete spirit. That because of imperfect vision. Divya Chakshu. That's why Krishna says even Virat Rup, to see Virat Rup, I will give Divya Chakshu. Because by this naked eye, you cannot see that. Divyam Dadami Te Chakshu. In 11th chapter, Krishna says, I will give you Divya Chakshu, then you can see my Virat form. Virat form is also material. It's imaginary concept. Even that you cannot see. How can you see the spirit? Who is the complete spirit and we are not, non-spirit cannot see. That's why it is imperfect vision. So, in this way, we cannot understand these contradictions due to imperfect vision. Who can understand? To the degree of surrender we have, we can understand Krishna. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam satami bhajamya. He says, as you come to me, the way, the attitude with which you surrender to me, I reveal you. Just like Father. So, he says that, one son can say, give me 1,000 rupees, I will make 5,000 rupees. Take. But one son, he was MBA or somebody, he says, give me 5 crore, I will make it 50 crore. Yeah, take 5 crore. Because he knows the capacity that, how much he surrendered to me. And getting me that way. So, page number 35. In Bhagavad Gita, the paragraph number, in Bhagavad Gita 4.11, Lord says, how he treats his devotee depends on the devotee's degree of surrender. So this is very important. It depends on the degree of surrender. And second is, Lord reserves the right not to reveal himself to anyone and everyone, but to show himself only to those souls who surrender to him. It is his will. Free will. Thus, for surrendered soul, he is always within the reach. Whereas for unsurrendered soul, he is far, far away. So, to understand this contradiction, we have to know for whom he is very near, surrendered soul. Those who are not surrendered, even though he is right before that person, he is far, far away. Example?
The Mahabharata.
Duryodhan. Krishna is saying, अरे बाबा ये थोड़ा तू इसको पकड़ लो बांध दो. So Krishna is far, far away from his understanding. He is the Supreme Personality of God. Vidura Bhishma is right there, but Krishna is there within their heart, far, far near. Right? So this is how we see here that due to surrender, degree of surrender, Krishna reveals, and we can understand this contradiction. The example is given of Prahlad Maharaj, how he was so surrendered to Krishna that a demon asked, have you seen Krishna? He says, Krishna is everywhere. So whether he is in the pillar, he says yes. What a surrender he has, and Krishna appears. degree of surrender. You say it will not, it will not come. So that is the reason. Lord appears to please the devotee who is surrendered unto him. Like that. So how to understand this contradiction? That is a very important thing. So walks and does not walk. Actually, this contradiction makes him the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, he is a normal man. Just one reporter asked Prabhupada, can your God Krishna make one very big stone which even he cannot lift? Prabhupada says, yes, he can make a rock which even he cannot lift, and then he lifts. So nobody can, others can understand. So that is Krishna. That makes him Supreme Lord. His inconceivable potencies makes him Supreme Lord. Both personal and impersonal aspect of Lord are to be understood. Basically, Brahman means he doesn't walk. Brahman means he is unmanifest everywhere. And as a person, he walks. He is person. As a Krishna is a Bhagavan, he walks. So both aspects have to be understood. So one aspect is Brahman. Have you seen Brahman walking? As a person, Krishna walks. Okay. And it is his inconceivable. Inconceivable means cannot be conceived by a limited potency and by a living entity. He is far and near. We have seen spiritual world is beyond material sky. We cannot see, but can be present where Krishna, his devotees are surrendered. Right? Prahlad said, Prahlad is far away from spiritual world. Again, but Narasimha immediately appeared within the pillar. For that is, he is near to devotee, and for non-devotee, he is far away. बोले कहाँ है spiritual sky? उधर तो ढग है, ढग मारे इधर तो clouds है. He cannot perceive that. And he is within and without, and because as an antaryami, and he is within every living entity. Within atom also he is there as a super soul. But as a Virat Rupa, he is outside everybody. Because Virat Rupa means everything is outside. He is outside of everything. And the manifestation of his energy, like heat and light, he is just like the same aspect. What is that? His within means basically they are within means as an antaryami and virata form. He is within this material world, and manifestation of heat and light means he is without. Means in the sense outside this, just like fire is there and heat and light is outside. Similarly, he is outside of this material world. Are you getting me? I think. Are you understood? Just forget about the heat and manifestation. Antaryami and Virat Rupa. Antaryami is within and Virat Rupa outside. Edit it. Okay. Now all these contradictions prove what? What is to be learned from that? The arrow comes here. Last portion. For here. We have limited power of understanding Krishna. This is what we have to learn. ज़्यादा उसको ये नहीं खींचने का बराबर का ज्ञान we can accept our services. Sorry, Krishna can accept our services through any medium. What is that? DT form. Krishna is far away there, and he is a spirit, but he appears in material, so-called material. His energy is material energy. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. This is Bhinna Prakriti Rastada. But he appears as an Artha Vigraha and accepts our services. If he couldn't have accepted, हम लोग को experience आता क्या? Just we put flowers on this pillar. What experience will you have? ये pillar पे डाला तो, but Krishna पे डाला तो what happens? Do abhishek and all. You know, that is service accepted and we get purified. And he is both Saguna and Nirguna. So this aspect understand. Saguna and Nirguna means, Saguna means with guna and Nirguna means not, without any guna. So bring 36 number page. So two words has to be understood. So with quality and without quality means Krishna is the proprietor and source of all material and spiritual, both worlds, material world and spiritual world, both comes from Krishna only. He is the source. So he is a Saguna. So when he comes here in this material world, which is created by him and his energy, the three modes do not act on him. Are you getting? He doesn't come like us, like matter. So, but people say now he has, so that's why we call him Nirguna. Getting me? But people have understanding Nirguna means he is a Brahman, means
No form.
he is no form. Or if he is form, then he is under three modes. So that is not a understanding. Nirguna means the three gunas do not affect him, do not put him under effect. They don't affect him like that. Understand this? Nirguna, Saguna. Like that. Last is he is source of all energies. Therefore, can't be controlled. He cannot be controlled. And he can control both energies. Just like you see electrical engineer. He can utilize same electrical power to make things hot as a what you call oven. And he can make same energy, electric energy into the fridge to make something cold. Energy is same. Similarly, Krishna is the owner of material spirit. So he can make spirit material, matter spirit. Because it is energy. So when he comes as Archa Vigraha, he actually becomes spirit. He is there as a Krishna. We may say, वो तो wood के है या metal के है. No. With Pran Pratishtha, Krishna has accepted. He has come down. That is why he is inconceivable. Understand? Hare Krishna. कितना मिनट है? लास्ट ये तो हुआ ही है. ये हमारा रिपीट चलेगा. मंत्र 6 says यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतानि
यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतानि
आत्मनि एवानुपश्यति
पश्यति
सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं
सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं
ततो न विजुगुप्सते.
ततो विजुगुप्सते.
So this is the vision of Mahabhagavata 6 to 8. So what he sees, he who sees systematically everything in relation to the Supreme Lord, who sees all living entities as his parts and parcels, and who sees the Supreme Lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. So this mantra 5 describes some qualities of Lord, including his presence in all things. Mantra 6 describes the person who has the capacity to factually appreciate the Lord, seeing him in all things. And main theme is a spiritually advanced devotee, everything for a spiritual advanced devotee, everything in relation to Supreme Lord. And to develop this vision, one should follow footsteps of such a great soul. Okay? A spiritual advanced devotee sees everything in relation to Supreme Lord. For him, a dog, if he sees the Paramatma is there in his heart. He doesn't say dog. So, Brahmane Gavi Hastini, Suni Cheva Supakecha, Pandita Samadarshina. He says, dog is there, elephant driver. Everybody has Supreme Lord within their heart. That is a Mahabharata. So, there are the vision of advanced devotee. So, devotees are seen in spiritual vision. There are 3 types. We already seen. What is that?
Kanishta, Madhyama.
Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. What is Kanishta? Example, characteristics. He is the
Lowest.
At the lowest stage, which stage?
Below this trust.
Below Nishta.
Nishta. Another Nivritti stage. I mean, he is into another Nivritti stage. Correct. What is his characteristics? Oh, he goes to temple and he sees that Arthayam eva hare. Krishna is there only in the temple. Na shraddhaye hate.
Little faith.
Have a very little faith and nacha bhakteshu. When he sees, he do not have understanding about who is non-devotee and who is devotee.
Doesn't know how to-
He says, I am the devotee. No difference. Next, of course, can't ascertain the other position. So he can't say, is he devotee or non-devotee. Third thing. And follows routine, of course. He will come exactly 10 o'clock. बराबर घंटी बजेगा, ये लेके चला जाएगा वो. Very strict about the punctuality and his own routine. बराबर उसी टाइम पे ऐसा करके चला जाएगा. यानी जो भी उनका स्टाइल रहते ऐसा करके. But he will quarrel about. He will not have a broad-minded vision that okay, Lord, no, he always will fight with even devotees also. And materialistic devotee, he will not give up his materialistic activities. बेचारे ये छोड़ डाले, ये क्यों छोड़ो? करता हूँ ना, मैं भक्ति भी करता हूँ, मैं भक्ता हूँ. तो चाय में क्या रखा है, जो भी है उसका, he will quarrel with all things. That is his materialistic vision. And then we have seen so many, but these are the prime. Second stage is Madhyama. What he does? Prema, Maitri, Krupa, Upeksha. फटाफट बोलना चाहिए. What he does? Prem with
Lord.
Maitri with
Devotees.
Krupa,
Innocent.
innocence, and Upeksha, non-devotees and atheists. Uttam Adhikari, what he does? Does not discriminate, seeing everything. He doesn't discriminate, sees everything in relation with Krishna. ये सब उनका है property. Atheist sees Brahmana dog for everything. Sees in terms of using and misusing it different. He sees they all are parts and parcel of Krishna. One is advanced because he has used his intelligence and the free will. One who has misused because that's how cat and dog है. I mean, lower species क्यों है? Misuse. He doesn't hate, but he can understand. And not misled by material bodies. He doesn't take his material body as a self. And sees spiritual spark. Hare Krishna. With this developed spiritual vision, what we have to do? We do not imitate Uttama Adhikari. We have seen how examples of imitation. One is flaunting sense of oneness. In the sense, one says, what you see me is a illusion. I am already liberated. Or we can say, ये अरविंदाक्ष विमुक्त मानिदास ये अन्य अरविंदाक्ष विमुक्त मानिदास तो अष्टभावात अविशुद्ध बुद्धया. The Mayavadis, they think themselves already liberated. Namo Narayan. And जो भी है वो बोलते कि I am Narayan, you are Narayan, so everybody is Narayan. Because now we are in illusion, but when we are liberated, we will become one with Narayan. That is not. So we should always remember that even in a conditioned state or liberated state, we are individual, part and parcel. We cannot become one with. So Uttama Adhikari, so imitation, we should always know that they who imitates, they behave on a bodily platform. In the sense, we have seen that Prabhupada says, they will cry for Krishna, but then say, BD. Ek BD lao. I mean, apparently we say, oh, this is crying Radha, Radha, Krishna, Krishna. But then BD piyega. Like that. So we have to avoid such kind of thing. And first, philanthropy, we say, this is bhakti. Whatever ism, yahi hai bhakti. And I remember one meeting one person who is doing this. He said that he was doing, feeding and so much so forth, sadhu. All glories to him. So he once asked, he said, if I have to take millions of births like this, like coming and helping, then I will am happy to come. I said, all glories to you. हम लोगों को नहीं आएगा. Again, what is the guarantee that you will not be receiving it? Again,
Yeah.
so many, because you have to do God-centered activities more and more. Then this kind of thing do not give us importance. Of course, I'm getting, and politicians offering material gains. So this is so main is imitation of Uttam Adhikari is last. देखो motive. What is that motive? Fame and reward. Doesn't serve the purpose of soul. If you try to imitate Uttam Adhikari just because the public will give garland and everything and obeisances, that is fame and reward. So we should avoid this and not coming in disciple association. Some people do that. And what to accept? So when we see Uttam Adhikari, we have to anupashyata means follow his activity, in the sense follow in previous activity. Anupashyata means anukaran karna, anusaran karna, anusaran, anukaran. There are two words. Anukaran means imitation. How they do. Anusaran means what he follows. What are his instructions? What is his sadachar? How he behaves. That has to be taken. And one should be consistent with Srila Prabhupada and Vyasadeva's work. Then that is developing spiritual vision. So Anupashyate mein aata hai कि we should be in disciplic succession. I mean that person should be disciplic succession. Otherwise he is an imitator of Uttam Adhikari. And he should not give commentary that don't contradict. He should give commentary that don't contradict Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And believe in Supreme Personality of Godhead and His divinity. Otherwise, he is a imitator. Okay, like that is a 6. Okay, we will stop here today, and we will continue in next Friday. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare.
Prabhuji marks.
हाँ